What's going on, everyone on YouTube? I hope that y'all are doing well. I am Larry the Batman fan. So today we're going to do part 2 of my Nintendo Wii collection. But before we get started, just wanted to say I don't have any of the Kirby games on the Wii. I did not buy them. I should get those, but I'm really trying to save up my money. Um, so I'm being cautious on the money I spend. I bought recently some PS3 games and Nintendo 64 games because I just love this hobby. But I don't know. I don't know when I'll ever get the Kirby games. I know there's about 20 to 25 excuse me, games on the Wii list that I would like to have. I think Murmasa the Demon Blade is a good one to own. I think the Kawasaki Snowmobiles, that game would be a good game to own because it's a fun racing game and it's dirt cheap. No More Heroes 1 and 2 would also be awesome to own. I did have the first, and yeah, I had the first game years ago. I don't know. I think I traded that one in. The Conduit 2 would be nice to have, but oh, of course I get a Charlie horse when I'm trying to film. Ah, hell. Yeah, the Conduit 2 would be nice to have, and Metroid Prime Other M, even though that game got, panned by a lot of critics. They said it was shit. I don't really agree with that. It's not that bad of a game, honestly. I mean, who cares if she's a girly girl doing girly things? I mean, that's what Samus is anyway, so it's like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? But and I think there's one or two other Mario games that would be nice to own for the Wii. Um, yeah, there's about 20 or 25 or 26 or 27 games that are worth owning that I don't own on the Wii, but I still have a pretty healthy collection. I feel for 130 or 140 games. That's still quite a bit. That's nothing to sneeze at. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to waste any more of you guys' time. You guys came to see the game, so let's go ahead. I played most of these, but for the sake of time, because I know a lot of y'all have been anticipating this to come out, and it just hasn't. I've been really busy with work and stuff, so there's a few here that I just haven't played. But anyways, let's go ahead. I got Victorious, Take the Lead, factory sealed, and it will remain sealed because I heard that this game sucks and I have like no interest in this. This show came out when I was getting out of high school. It was like 2010 or something. I was like a year from when I graduated school, so I wasn't really interested in the show. But I heard that the game is trash, and I'm just not interested in opening this up and popping this into my wheel. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this for a couple hours. No, like this is the kind of shit that they were putting out on the Wii that you're like shaking your head, like, scratching your head too, like, what is this? This is crap. You know what I mean? Oh, this game. I got 3 copies of this because when I got it off of Bajillion Books, I got 100 games, but I had 3 copies of Wii Fit in there. I do not give a shit about this game. This game is garbage in my opinion. And to have 3 copies of it goes to show how I know I don't like this game. Just throwing that out there. I do not care about this game. And I don't have the balance board to play it anyways. But even still, I wouldn't enjoy this game because I don't like working out while playing a game. Like, I'm just not into that. You know what I mean? But to have 3 copies shows that this game is pretty much available anywhere. This game probably sells for like $5 or less. But it's a shit game, so anyways, who cares? Moving on. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. This isn't bad. This is okay for a Nintendo Wii game, but it plays better on Xbox 360 and PS3 because with the Wii remote, it's like you're controlling the Wii remote and the nunchuck, and certain parts and movements when you're moving around, it kind of moves in this direction, like left or right or up and down, and you got to know what the hell you're doing, and with turning and steering and things like that. So it kind of I think this is the right word, kind of compensates for the PS3 and Xbox 360 version, but you use the controller. With this, it was like the Wii remote and nunchuck with the waggle shit. Although you can use this with the gun there, it shows that on the back here. But I never owned the gun accessory or played it with that, so I don't really know how it plays. But overall, this is not a bad version of Call of Duty. They got all the Call of Duty games on the Wii except for Modern Warfare 2. I don't know why they never got the Modern Warfare 2 for the Wii. Makes no sense to me. Now Nintendo has pretty much abandoned Call of Duty on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know why. Why didn't we see Black Ops 3 on the Nintendo Switch? That would have been a good idea. Or Black Ops 4. I don't know why. Or Modern Warfare 2. MW2. I think that's what it's called. Um, but anyways, not a bad game. It just plays a lot differently than the PS3 and 360 versions. Karaoke Revolution. This is good if you're a fan of pop music. It does have some rock, like the Incubus and the Killers are on this thing here. Country and R&B, because Rihanna's on this. But I'm not a fan of every single song in this game. And honestly, I'd rather play Rock Band or Guitar Hero over this. But this is good if you like that genre mix up of songs to play. But, this is better when you have friends over to play with you. By yourself, it's kind of boring. Alright, this next one is Country Dance 2. There's also Country Dance, which is also available on the Wii. This is a music game as well, but with country music. And honestly, I'm not a fan of it because I don't really like country music like that. The only country music I like is like Tim McGraw, Faith Hill. I do like Taylor Swift, but I don't like every single song by her. And Lady Antebellum has two songs that I like by her, and there's a few songs by like Jason. I don't know if it's Jason Aldean or what the hell his name is. It's the one that did a song "Say a Prayer for Peace." No, I'm thinking of Trace Atkins. Sorry, that guy. That Last Shots Fired song. I like that song, and I like a few songs by George Strait. But overall, I'm not a country fan, so this game is not for me. But it's good if you like country music and you like holding a microphone up and singing country music. But for me, it's just not my cup of tea. I like more rock and rap and hip hop and R&B over country or classical or jazz music. Next up is the Black Eyed Peas Experience, another music game. I only like two songs by the Black Eyed Peas, so I don't really like this game. I like the song, Let's Get It Started in Here, Let's Get It Started in Hot. I guess that song, My Hump, My Lovely Lady. That song's kind of sexual because this song's about boobies. Um, those two songs are pretty catchy by the Black Eyed Peas. And I guess the song, I'm a Bee, that song too. But other than that, I could care less about the Black Eyed Peas personally. They're like pop mixed with hip hop or rap, but I don't really consider them fully rap. I consider them more pop than I consider them rap or hip hop. How to train your How to Train Your Dragon, rather. Terrible game. Do not buy it. It sucks. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2010. Never played it. Wipeout Create and Crash. This game sucks. Stay away from it. It's terrible. Terrible game. Terrible graphics. Terrible gameplay. It's an abysmal game. They made like 4 of these on the Wii. The only one that's okay is the first game. Like Wipeout the game. That one's okay. Wipeout 2, they tried some gimmick stuff in them. And then there was Wipeout 3, which changed the whole game completely. It made it look. They put it in a different angle. You know what I mean? And added some more mini games and things in it. And then there's this one. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. I don't recommend it. No. But I'm not surprised because most licensed games, they suck anyways. Now, speaking of which, is the third one. This game's terrible. Stay away from it. Do not buy it. If you see it for maybe $2 at a garage sale, why not? To add a Wii game to your collection, $2 is not a problem. Or $3. But anything more than $3, stay away from it because it's garbage. Oh, great. Oh, from one bad game to another. Boogie. Terrible game. This game sucks. It's terrible. Rhythm type of game. It's not fun. It's not intuitive. You play as this like fat like cartoon character in the game, dancing around doing shit. Yeah, this game sucks. Stay away from it. Not a good game. Raymond Rabbids TV Party. Well, I got 2 copies of this game. I played it recently. Some of the mini games suck in the game. Some of them are okay. But some of them are not really that fun. Some of them last like a minute or less, and there are others that last a little bit longer, like 2, 3, 4 minutes. But I just, the boxing match, that was fun. Playing as a raving rabbit, fighting other rabbits in the boxing ring, that was okay. But then there were other missions where like you're trying to escape um, this prison or something, and you and the other rabbits gotta find ways of getting through this little mini game, getting to the other side without being detected, but you end up detected by like a cop rabbit or something. And it wasn't that fun, honestly. So, I mean, I guess this game's okay, but it is not as good as the other Rabbids games. There were some mini games and it just were really stupid and boring, or they were very quirky, Just, I don't know. I guess it's okay. We'll just say it's okay. The last story, I don't have this game complete because I got it off a bajillion books and he only had loose discs, so I put it in this case. I made a custom-made cover art. I have yet to play this game, honestly. I have not had a chance to play it yet, but from what I've seen, it is an RPG game. It's like an action RPG, and it's supposedly really good, and I'm looking forward to eventually playing this game and getting into it, because I have heard good things about this game. It was made by Xseed, and they made a lot of good games on the Wii. I think they produced, if I'm not mistaken, they produced Pandora's Tower. This was a late release on the Wii. It came out in 2012, so it was towards the end of the Wii's life cycle, like one of the last, like, out of one of like 50 more games to come out before the Wii just stopped making games. But it's good. I just need to play it. Speed Racer, a good licensed game. It just shows that as long as you can make a good game, a licensed game, not suck, actually be fun to play, and the graphics are good, and overall it's just a really good game, then you can make a good licensed game, and this one, it ended up being pretty fun. It's just a racing game, but they did do a good job with this game. So, I mean, for $10, you really can't go wrong. It's worth a buy. It's not a very long game, but, who cares? Sometimes you need a short game to breeze right through it and then play something else. But overall, not a bad racing game. I liked it. It was pretty good. Geometry Wars Galaxies. This is like a. I always get the two mixed up. I think it's a vertical shooter. It's going up, I'd say. Going up and around. So I'm not sure if that's vertical or horizontal. I'm bad with geography. But it was pretty good. I liked it. I thought it had some fun moments in the game, and it's cheap too. It's only I got this game for like $8. I mean, you can't go wrong for that price. Pick it up. Definitely recommend that one. All right, let's move this over here. Make a little room for myself. Let me take a quick drink. I got blue raspberry soda here. I haven't had blue raspberry soda in a while. The deli down the road from where I live finally got some in. I was pretty happy about it. And they sell them for $1 because of the CNCs. Although I do remember when those were 50 cents. Anyways. Onichunbera, Bikini Zombie Slayers. Good game. Not a terrible game. I thought it was fun. You play as one of the two girls on the front here. One of them. And you go through the level just killing hordes of zombies. Like, that's all you do. And you kill them with swords and stuff. I don't remember there being any guns in the game, but I do remember having like a beam katana and all these upgrades that you can have with your weapons and stuff and your armor, and it was just really fun. I remember this one part where I was in a mall and there was just tons of zombies everywhere. I had to kill so many of them, you know. It was still fun though, from what I played. I enjoyed it. Yeah, overall not a bad game. I don't know why people talk shit about this game because it's really not that bad of a game. I played a lot worse on the Wii, so I thought it was pretty good. The House of the Dead 2 and 3 returns. Sorry, I had to add that. Returns. I don't have the front cover of it, but I do have the manual and the disc. I got it for cheap, like $10. The only thing that stinks is it doesn't have the first game on here, and it doesn't have the fourth game. The fourth game is like strictly arcades. They need to port the fourth game on PS5. That would be really nice. We got a remake recently that had it on PS5 and Nintendo Switch, the first game. So I could buy one of those versions of it. But the fourth game, I don't know, it's left up in the air if they're ever going to put that on a disc. I wish they would. But from what I played, it's an on-rail shooter. You kill zombies in the game. The zombies, they attack you with their... Some of them attack you with weapons like swords and axes and stuff. You got birds that shit on you, you know. You know, other zombies that just try to come up to you and bite you, but you can shoot them in the head and take their whole head off. It's pretty violent, too. The game has green blood, but you can change it to red blood. The only thing that sucks is that you're limited on your continues. You only get, I think, 9 continues total. And then once you run out of continues, you're screwed. You have no more continues left. And then you have to start the whole game all over again. Well, you know what? I got through the entire second game, beat it. Then I got to the third one. It doesn't give me more health, doesn't give me more lives. And then guess what happened? I died. So I was like, damn. I was so close to beating the third game. Then I tried several times to beat that third game. I came very close. I got through almost every chapter. Got to the very last level of the third game, and then I died. I was like, oh, turned it off. Got frustrated. I tried several times, you know. I came so close. I beat the second game, but the third game, I just got this close. I had about 96% completed, and then I died. I was like, oh, and ran out of continues. But overall, I did have fun with this game. I thought it was good. Just that part was very frustrating. They should have made it where it was like House of the Dead Overkill with unlimited continues. Because then I could have beaten the third game. But I'm sure that there are other people who felt the same way. But overall, not a bad game. And it is in the handful of M-rated games on the Wii. Disney Universe, never played it. Oh, here's House of the Dead Overkill. I beat this game about a month ago. I thought it was pretty fun, although it was kind of short. But I like that they had unlimited continues in this game. That way you could progress in the game even if you die. And it does say, "You're dead." You play as Isaac Washington and Agent G. He's like, there's tons of cursing in this game too. Definitely not for a child. He's like, "Dude, are you ever gonna tell me what the fucking G stands for?" He's like, "Nope." So it's got a little bit of humor in it. It's got boobies, like a giant zombie woman with boobs that you gotta kill in the game. A lot of clowns that turn into zombies you gotta kill. The enemies in the game are fun to fight and kill for zombies. Save people's lives, pedestrians, and you get to uncover what happened to your family. Because there's a guy that killed your family, and you two are unlikely allies that just team up. One's a cop, and the other one just teams up with you because the guy that you're after killed his Isaac's father or something. So they decide, you know what, we'd have a better chance if we team up together to fight these bad guys. There's a girl that appears in the game as well, kind of helps you out a little bit. She's got a bad mouth too. Like, she uses the F word a lot too. So there's tons of cursing. Blood and gore, intense violence, partial nudity, sexual themes, strong lies. That's true, because there is some cleavage, you know. Sexual themes, I don't know. I don't know about that. But the language definitely, blood and gore and stuff. I remember there was a witch that you had to kill in the beginning of the game. The first boss you fought, she kept disappearing and then coming back, and the lights would turn off. You had to kill her. I think when the lights were off, because when the lights were on, you couldn't see her. You know. There was a circus level in the game too. For those that haven't played the game, you know that there's a circus level, or haven't played it, but should look it up. I could talk about this game for like 5 more minutes, but I'm gonna save it at that. That it's a good game, and it's definitely worth buying on the Wii. It's around a $20 game, but it's worth it for that price. But it's short. That's the only thing, is that you will beat this game in a day or two and be done with it. There's not much left to do after you beat the game. You know, I know the PS3 version had 2 extra levels. I saw the extra levels in the game, and you get to play as that woman with the colored hair, the blonde and like brown hair, black hair, and that lady that you were working with, Candy, who was alive for part of the game. Crash of the Titans, not as good as some of the other Crash Bandicoot games, but overall it's not a bad game overall. It's okay for the Wii. It's also available on the PS2, which was going to be the version that I would stick with, but the PS2 version I was sent by TJ Buys and Sells was too scratched up and didn't work. Thankfully, he gave me my money back. And with this, I got this for, I think, $11. He wanted 15. I offered him, I think, 9. He declined it. Then he hit me like, I think, 13. I went to 10 or 11, and he took it for that price. So I think at the end of it all, I got it for 12 and change, but not bad. You know. And overall, it's not a terrible game on the Wii. Spyborgs is a hidden gem. Good beat 'em up game on the Wii. Definitely worth checking out if you have a Wii. And it's only around a $15 game. So it's worth it for that price. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. Good game. Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2011. Never played it. I have played the older Cabela games on the PS2, and I don't really care for them. They're very technical on what you can shoot, what you can't shoot. So personally, I'm not a fan of this. All right, we got Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. If you're a fan of Tony Hawk, this is okay, but it isn't amazing for a Tony Hawk game. I played better Tony Hawk games like the first 4 Pro Skater games and the Thug series. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, or Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2 rather, and American Wasteland. Those were the best ones out of the bunch. But this is still playable, I guess. But it does play more like a racing game than it does a skateboarding game. Dancing with the Stars. This game's garbage. Do not buy it. It's based off the TV show. It's garbage. Skylanders Swap Force. I've never played this game because you need the figures to play this game, and you need the little balance board, or not balance board, but it's a board that says Skylanders on it. I've seen it on eBay. But I never played it because you need the figures, so can't really say. But this is really when the Spyro games were going downhill. I mean, honestly, I didn't really care about this Skylanders series. I'd rather play the Spyro games on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, honestly. And I know that they did make a few of them and put them on the Wii, put them on a disc, like Dawn of the Dragon, and I think that's what it was called. And the Eternal Night were also on the Wii, you know, which are good games, but I just never picked them up. Super Mario Galaxy 2, this is a really good game on the Wii. It is one of the greatest platformer games on the system. Definitely worth checking out if you have a Wii. There is so much to do in this game. It's so much fun. The graphics look amazing. The gameplay is fun. It's a great platformer. You get to fly through the air when you get the wings that are in your hat. You know, you get Yoshi. There are parts of the game where you're jumping from platform to platform, and half the platform flips, and then is like hollow, so you don't want to jump on it because you'll fall through and lose a life. So you're on one platform, and then it switches up, and you got to jump on it real quick. There's just so much to do. You can play as Mario, you can play as Luigi in the game. Parts where Yoshi helps you. You get stars in the game. You get like, what is it, 300-400 stars? Like, holy shit, that's a lot. You know, you fight bad guys like Koopas, and you fight Bowser in this game. It's just insane the amount of quality that they put into this game. It's an amazing game. I definitely recommend it if you have a Wii or a Wii U. I have a Wii U, so I use the Wii U for this to play it, and it's great. It's a great game. Definitely a day one buy purchase. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. If you're going to get a Wii, you need this game in your collection. It's just that damn good. Here's another stellar title. Is Smash Brothers Brawl. This is a really fun game. I don't think it's quite as good as Melee or Ultimate that's on the Nintendo Switch or the one that was on the Wii U. But it's still, oh yeah, and there was also one on the N64. But it's still a very good game. It's very fun. You get more characters. You get Sonic, you get Mario, you get Luigi, you get Wario, you get Bowser, you get Bowser Jr. I think you get to play as Kammy Cooper. You get to play as Sonic. You get to play as Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Kirby, some of the Pokemon characters, the Ice Climber characters, and you get the Star Fox characters and the characters from F-Zero, Captain Falcon. You know, he's in there, and I think a few other characters. There's just like 40 or 50 different characters. You know, and you get Sonic in the game too. He's unlockable. So, and you get to play as Link and Zelda. There's a ton of characters in this game. And then you put them in an arena and you have them fight against each other. Ready? Go! Just pop, pop, pop. This was definitely an innovative fighting game on the Nintendo consoles, and it's really good. It took the premise of one-on-one fighting and then turned it around and made it up to like 5 or 6 players at one time. It's just crazy. It's too bad this game's not online because I think you could play with up to like that amount, maybe 8 players. But it's a good game. It's definitely a day one buy purchase if you got the money. When you buy the Wii and you have like a couple of crap games that are sold with the Wii and like an eBay lot for say $100, you might want to get this and Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 if you have the money, that is. But if you don't, then you probably go with buy one and then just keep that until you get your next paycheck and then buy the other games that I suggest because this is one of those games. It's a must buy if you have the Wii. It's the best fighting game on the system. Rayman Rabbids TV Party, got 2 of those. Got 2 copies. Okami, great game. Emergency Heroes, not a very good game. Could have been a lot better. It failed. It was supposed to be like a driving racing game, and it failed. It wasn't that great of a game. It could have been a lot better. Just had to check the case because I didn't know if it was still in there, and I felt kind of light. It's in there though. Alright, I got Resident Evil. I bought this for, I think, $20 or $18. I bought this version over the GameCube version. I used to have the GameCube version, but the GameCube version, for some reason, has gone up in price. It's like $40 now for the GameCube version of Resident Evil 1 Remake. So I decided to get the Wii version instead because it's a little cheaper. It's a great game. It's a great survival horror game. Very fun. You play as Jill Valentine in the game. Go throughout the levels exploring the mansion that you're in. It's just you and Chris Redfield. There were 2 other characters in the game, but something happens to them. You fight vicious dogs at the first part of the game. When the dog sneaks through the door, you shoot at it. There is a zombie that you come across in the game. You gotta run away from it. You can't shoot it. You gotta run away, and then Chris kills it. You know what you do in Resident Evil. You pick up items. You put it in your inventory, a gun or a green herb or a red herb or herbs that you can combine into something great to heal your life completely, keep you from dying if you get bit by a zombie. You find keys to unlock certain doors, and you shoot and kill zombies in the game. It's a really good game. I definitely recommend it if you have a Wii. It's not an expensive title on the Wii, but the GameCube version is a lot more expensive. So you might want to get the Wii version of it. I know there's also Resident Evil 0, but I didn't pick it up excuse me, on the Wii because I own it for the GameCube. And that's Beach Party. This game is terrible. Stay away from it. Sucks. I got this game for $5. I just wanted to add a Wii game in here. I knew this game sucked, but I needed to play it just to see how bad it was. So for $5, I'm like, okay. I think it was $5.50 with the tax. Bought it off some guy on eBay. Had like a bunch of DVDs and stuff, games and stuff. He didn't have the case for it. He just had the disc with the insert and the manual. So I put it in a case to make it complete. It's not the only worthwhile thing saying about this game because a lot of the mini games in this game just weren't fun. I had a boat racing game in here that lasted like 30 seconds. Not fun. Had a game where you use like the M&M ball to like play skee ball. That just really sucked. There was a volleyball game back and forth, played like crap. This game just wasn't good. Terrible game. Do not recommend this game at all. Stay away from it. Ugh. We're almost there. We're almost done. Bust a Move Bash. Still have yet to play it, but I have played one Bust a Move game. It was on the PS2. I know there's been a couple of Bust a Move games over the years. I think there was one on the Super Nintendo and one on the N64, and they're puzzle games. You pop bubbles and things like that in it. I think Super Bubble Pop had something to do with Bust a Move on GameCube. But I'm not a huge fan of puzzle games, but I guess this game's alright. If you're looking for a hidden gem game on the Wii, then this is worth your money. It's probably only about $10. So can't really go wrong with that price. Cruising, for the Wii, I played the cruising games on the N64, and I thought that they were pretty good racing games, so I decided to get this game. I got it for cheap. I think I got it in a lot with a bunch of other Wii games. Definitely not a bad game. It's good, fun, arcade-style racing game, and it was a good update to the Nintendo Wii, or Cruising series, I should say. I know that there's also Cruising Blast, which is on the Nintendo Switch. I have not picked it up. I saw the Real G Money Harrison got that game. I don't know. Maybe if it goes down to like $15, I'll consider picking it up. But I'm not gonna pay $50 for it. But the cruising games are usually pretty fun. They focus on the arcade racing aspect of the games, and overall they are worth playing if you have a Nintendo 64, a Wii, or a Nintendo Switch. Since Cruising Blast is out on the Nintendo Switch, or you can just play it in Dave and Buster's. That's how I played Cruising Blast originally. X-Men Destiny, got this off of TJ Buys and Sells. Got this in a bunch of games, a whole stack of games for one price. From what I played of this game, you play as an X-Men character, you go through the levels, you do eventually get to decide if you want to split from that X-Men character, and then go on to another X-Men character and play as that guy. You can choose to be good, choose the right paths and be good and help people and do good things, or you can choose to be bad and help the bad guys. So if you choose to be a good guy, you end up helping Cyclops and Jean Grey and I think Wolverine or Gambit or Nightcrawler, those guys. But if you choose to be bad, you end up helping Pyro, Mystique, and Toad and Magneto, and you could either do good or bad. So it's nice having that decision if you want to be good or bad in the game. I decided to be good. I chose to be a good guy and help people out and save humans from the evil X-Men. There are certain branching paths in the game that will leave you a little bit lost at times trying to figure out where the hell you're supposed to go. But what this game is overall is a beat 'em up style game in the X-Men franchise, and overall I thought it was a pretty good game. I thought it was pretty fun. I like the comic book style art of the game too, and the cutscenes. And overall, it's not a bad game on the Wii. It's also available on the PlayStation 3 and the 360 as well. Heavy Fire Afghanistan. I was looking for a game to pick up, and I wanted to add to make this video worthwhile for the length and stuff, and I couldn't think of anything, so I had to look up Metal Jesus Rocks Hidden Gems videos, and this was in there, so I decided to pick it up. I played some of it. It's very hard. Oh my gosh, this game is really hard. I kept dying. But it's an Unreal shooter, and yeah, it's not a bad game at all. He's actually right about it. It's actually worth playing. Although I do know that this game is also available on PlayStation 3 as well. I don't know if it plays better on PlayStation 3 or not. I think it was also on Xbox 360. But I have here the Wii version, and it's not a bad game. I definitely see why he said to pick it up, because it was a hidden gem. And it is worth the money, the 10 or $15 that you will pay for this game. But it is very hard. Rock and Roll Adventures. Game's too scratched up. It will not play in my Wii. My Wii U, rather. But I've heard that this game does suck, and it's not a very good game. I mean, it's made from the same company, Data Design. It's made from the same company that made Anubis 2 and Ninja Breadman, so I don't assume that it'd be any good. I've seen gameplay of it on YouTube here, and it looked like it was a really crappy platformer game, but I got it in a bunch with like 3 or 4 other games. I mainly bought it because it had Smash Brothers in the lot, so I was like, what the hell? For like $20 or $25, I got it, but it doesn't work because it's too scratched. This was another game that was in the lot. Mercury Meltdown, Revolution, and I think this is a hidden gem. It's actually not a bad game. You play as this Mercury thing, and it's a puzzle game, and you go through the levels, and you got like this grid that you're on. You got to move the Mercury from left to right, or you got to move it upward and then get across. But if any part of your Mercury falls, then you lose, and you have to start all over again. Which was a bit frustrating at times, but I could definitely get through this game. Through at least the first couple of levels, it got really hard as time went on. But overall, I thought that this game was actually pretty good, and it's a hidden gem on the Wii. It's a fun puzzle game overall, and I definitely recommend you guys giving it a try. It's only about a $7 to $10 game, so it's worth the money. Flat Out is another hidden gem on the Wii. It actually plays very well. I was very surprised by this game at how fun this game was. You can actually see car doors fly open and the hoods fly off of the cars. They did a good job at this game. The graphics overall looked good and the gameplay was fun. So I definitely recommend checking this out. It's definitely a hidden gem on the Wii and didn't expect it to be on the Wii in the first place since it started out on the PS2 and the Xbox. But overall, it's a very good game and I definitely recommend checking it out. For $15, it's not a bad deal. It looks like my disc is not in there. That might have been the last game I was playing on the Wii U. Well, Wii on the Wii U. Ski-Doo Challenge. This played a little bit, but it kept skipping because the seller sold me a scratched up disc on eBay, which I was not happy about. Don't know if y'all can see that, but it is kind of scratched. But I paid like $7 for it. But yeah, this is another hidden gem on the Wii. It's definitely a fun one to play. It's a racing game. And it's pretty good. I like the snow effects in the game too. So I didn't mind this game at all. I think this game is available on Xbox 360 as well, but I'm not entirely sure. And it might be on the PS2 as well. Or PS3. Or both. Tom Clancy's Hawks 2. Zelda Twilight Princess. I actually have 2 copies of this game. Very good game. Definitely recommend that. It's fun. I have the regular version here, and I have the Nintendo Select version somewhere in one of those boxes behind me. Winter Sports, the next challenge 2. Or Winter Sports 2, the next challenge. Garbage ass game. Stay away from this game. Stay away from this game. This game is terrible. Stay away. It sucks. Just Dance 2014. And Just Dance 4. They made like 10 of these, or 12 of these games on, or 13, I think, of these games on the Wii. I'm not into the Just Dance games. I'm just not into them. Not my thing. Not my cup of tea. And look, they have some songs on here like Europe, Stevie Wonder, Nicki Minaj, Kate DeLuna, Busta Rhymes, Christina Aguilera, and a bunch of others. But yeah, it's not my kind of game. I'm not really into this game, so couldn't get into it. But I guess it's good if you like Just Dance. The Smurfs 2, terrible game. Stay away from it. It's garbage. Medal of Honor Heroes 2, I got 2 copies of that. Tony Hawk Shred, stay away from this game. It sucks. It's not a good game at all. It's terrible. It's a lot of gimmicky bullshit that they did with this game. Plus you need a skateboard to play this game. This and Tony Hawk Ride. Tony Hawk, you are an idiot for putting this out here thinking this would be a good game that people will like it. And then he was mad like, why don't they like Tony Hawk Shred? Why don't they like Tony Hawk Ride? Mr. Hawk, they don't like these games. We don't like these games because they're gimmicky. When you add gimmicky bullshit to the game, then we don't like your game. When you had the controller you were playing on the PlayStation 1 or the Dreamcast or the Nintendo 64, we actually had fun. It was easy to pick up and play your skateboarding game and have fun. Collecting skate and getting the secret tape and getting a high score and 6 score. But when you do this crap, we don't like it. It sucks. Super Paper Mario. This is a pretty good game, but kind of broke away from the RPG elements, made it more of an adventure game. But overall, the graphic style was a nice look. You know, it looked good. It looked very presentable. Didn't pay too much attention to the storyline in the game, but overall, I didn't mind this game. I thought it was pretty good. I also liked how you could like flip the world around, and then you were going this way like a side scroller, or you could change it to the 3D aspect. That was kind of a nice touch, having that mix up, especially when there are parts of the game where you couldn't get through in the 3D aspect, so you kind of had to twist it around to the 2D aspect. That was a nice touch, I gotta say. So overall, not a bad game on the Wii. Actually, pretty fun. Build and Race. I have 2 copies of this. I already talked about it before. It's a hidden gem. Madden NFL 2010. Never played that. Super Mario Galaxy. I got 2 copies of this. Mad World. I got 2 copies of this, but this one doesn't have the normal back. It's like a Hollywood Video case. I don't even remember Hollywood Video still being around in that time. I guess they were still around in 2009. They were getting ready to close their doors though. And then we got Wii Fit Plus, which is crap. It's crap. And the last 2 games we have here are hidden gems. There's Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, and we have Prince of Persia: Rival Swords. They're both good games. A lot of fun. I've talked about them in the Wii Hidden Gems video. So all I can really say to y'all is that they're good games and they're worth checking out if you have a Wii. They are not exclusive though, because this one's also on PS3 and the Xbox 360. You get whatever version you want. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. You know, it's totally up to you. And this version, which is on the Wii, but it's also available on the PSP as well. But it probably plays better on the Wii. I don't think it's on anything else. Just the Wii and the PSP. So probably better to get this version because you can play it in full screen instead of on a little handheld like this. Like, oh, yeah, hit X button to jump. Oh, gotta hit triangle. You know, like that, you know. So this is probably the definitive version to get. Okay, so that's everything that I got. I hope I didn't miss anything. Oh yeah, I do have Jillian's something. It's a Wii game. I don't expect that to be any good because it's like a cardio workout type of game on the Wii. It's probably garbage. Yeah, I think that's it. That's just about everything that I have on the Wii. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I want to get to 300 subscribers, and I need your help to get to 300 subscribers. Get some of the greatest gaming content here on YouTube, and you definitely don't want to miss it. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy, and thank you for subscribing and watching my videos. I do appreciate it very much. And hopefully you guys will stay tuned for more gaming videos. And as always, gamers, game on. Gamers, game on. God bless you all. Thank you for watching. Take care, and peace out.